Warning. Some viewers may find the following video offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Elite FPL, baby!
Viewer discretion is advised. Warning. Some viewers may find the following video offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody, good evening. It's Friday night. It is the Game Week Preview for Game Week what? Steve-O, Game Week 24. Why have you called this Jason's Double Game Week 25 Plans? I've just seen the title. I've just seen the title. Who gives a crap about my plans? You maybe?
I do. Firetog does. Getting a bit
I've
angry
already hit the wild
with
card,
what
so
I said
you're
on
going
the
to be
video
very
the other day.
excited.
Say that again, sorry.
I've hit the wild card, so you're going to be very excited on deadline.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've done what I've said in the Patreon video. There we
Oh,
are,
I didn't
Firetog.
see
There are
that.
some people that listen. Really?
Yeah,
have you hit the wild card?
Of course I have.
Ah, for something to talk about. I don't have to. Brilliant. For real.
Well, later tonight probably I will, yeah.
Ah, you haven't hit it yet then.
Not yet, no. Maybe we can talk about it. I don't know.
Excellent. Good, good, good.
Is
Don't
it a
have to
good
do
idea?
anything.
Let's start the show with a poll, shall we?
Helping out a rival. Brilliant.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? 'Cause you know. Let's start a poll. We're both doing shit anyway.
No, you are. I'm, as Alex Follow, the individual in this case that has designed this brilliant thumbnail, has highlighted on the thumbnail. You're dropping like a stone. I'm slowly, very slowly,
catching me.
catching.
Yeah, but like I'm seeing a real template forming at the moment. So maybe not hitting the wild card could actually be a good idea. I mean, I don't know. Good evening, Andrew Ferguson. Hello, Dazid. Hello, Firetog. Michael Svedden's here in the chat. By the way, guys and girls, if you're wondering a difference in my voice, it's because I almost lost my voice last night after doing 2 hours of singing and then half an hour to 45 minutes in the pub talking afterwards. My band members thought it was a good idea to do Ace of Spades. And obviously I was going really gravelly on the voice. And yeah, I think that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And after that, I just was like, right, guys, that's me done. So today was supposed to be a day of not talking. So yeah, I've done so well today. I've been down today, for those who don't know, I'm in a new career now. Career? Ooh, interesting. learning new skills.
Still waiting for the Patreon podcast.
Yeah, I know. So today I was tasked with, we had a massive bag of ballast, and I think we've got 25 kg bags of ballast. We've got a big massive bag of ballast. We've got cement for days, and we've got a massive pit to fill. We're up on a reservoir in the middle of nowhere, because most reservoirs are in the middle of nowhere on a hill, and the rain has been torrential. And I've got a couple of stories, actually, Steve-O. I've got a couple of stories to share with you before we kick off the show. So 2 things. So I'm on this hill getting absolutely soaked. Well, to be fair, I've got waterproof overalls on, and they're actually pretty good, but the water finds a way in it. Nothing is ever waterproof. Mm-hmm. And like, if you do have fully waterproof clothes and you're moving, like you're shoveling, you're throwing into the mixer, you're picking up, bottles of water or canisters of water, and you're throwing that in, and you're wheelbarrowing stuff down, you get hot, right? You get hot. And if you're wearing water, and like, if things can't breathe, they get sway. So it's you're kind of fighting with the elements, but also fighting with the overheating issue, right? So kind of met a good medium at the moment. So I was doing that today, but I do suffer with my lower back. In previous years, like 4 years ago, I had a real bad sciatica issue. So I have had a couple of moments where I've had a sharp pain in my lower back, and I'm like, I better go speak to somebody. So today I picked the phone up and I rang a local osteopath, because the last time I had sciatica, I spoke to an osteopath, and I went to an osteopath and I got cracked, the old back cracking. And I tell you now, it's amazing what they do. Like, they are absolutely fantastic. And so instead of waiting for my back to get really bad or sciatica to flare up, I'm just going to go for a preemptive crack. And at the same time, over the coming weeks, naturally build up a very good core strength, because you don't need to have like muscles like biceps and massive triceps and a 6-pack to do hard graft. Basically, you just need really strong core, really good core body strength. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and believe you me, I'm getting aches every day. I'm getting aches, and I know getting older you do get achy, but I can feel muscle groups that are like probably haven't been used for decades. So they're like, what are you doing? So probably not since I was playing in goal for my school team have I used some of these muscles. So that's one thing. And then another thing, we've had some crazy floods. Obviously, it's been really crap weather across most of the United Kingdom. If you don't live in the United Kingdom, it's just been grey clouds and a lot of rain, and it rains over the Welsh valleys and the mountains, and it all comes down the River Severn, and it bursts its banks, and everything goes underwater. And I was going to band practice, and I was just listening to music, and I wasn't paying too much attention to the route I was going. Normally I go the main road, but listen, I've been going to the same place for band practice for a year. I should know the route off the back of my head, but I'm just too lazy, and I just put it on the Google Maps, because it's about 35 minutes away from me. Steve-O, by the way, for Steve-O, that's about half a mile down the road. And so it's a good 13 miles for me. So I'm going across this, through this village, and the water is standing on the road. And I'm like, this is pretty hairy. So I go through the water in this village, and I go down this lane, and I get like 2/3 of the way down the lane. I'm literally about 30 seconds away from the junction I need to get to go to the actual studio that we go to. And I forgot there's a ford on that road. And so for context, a ford, if you're not sure what a ford is, it's a water crossing that goes over the road. It's like a stream that goes over a road. And when you have like a deluge or a flood, that in the local area, that water that goes across the road turns into a river. There's actually been multiple people that have lost their life at that specific ford. And they've got a big meter that tells you how deep the water is next to it. and two massive signs that say danger, do not enter when flooded. And I'm driving down the road and I've got my main beams on and I hit these lights and I hit these signs and they reflect back at me. I don't see anything. It's like a black void in front of me. I don't see no road, nothing. And I'm like, oh my God, what that? And I'm literally at this ford and it's 6 foot deep, Steve-O. 6 foot. If I'd have gone in it, I'd have been swept away. I'd have been down the river, 100%. And then, so I stop and I put my like hazard lights on, and it's a quiet lane. So I'm getting on my Google Maps and I'm cancelling the navigation, and I'm trying to get it to route me the other way. And then I see some headlights behind me, and it's an old guy in a car, and he's like, "What's the matter?" And I'm like, "You can't go, mate. You can't go. It's 6 foot. What? It's flooded." I'm like, "No, it's a river, mate. There's a river going through. You're not going to get through it." And he's in this old like Volvo. He's like an old boy, and he's like, "Oh right, okay. What? I was like, "Yeah, you need to back up." He's like, "Oh, but I can't really see very well behind me." So I get out of my car and I've got my torch from my phone, and I'm trying to help back him back to the nearest turn, and getting absolutely soaked. And go on the main road, and I've never seen the main road hold water, and there's people literally parked up on the side of the road because they don't want to go through the water. And the water, to be fair, the water's about, I would say probably about 20 centimeters off the road. So it's a fair bit of water on the road. It's for about, I don't know, 10, 20 meters, 15 meters. And people are parked up. They're like not going through it. And like some cars are going through it. And I'm like, I'm already 5 minutes late for band practice at this point. So I'm like, right, straight in the middle of the road where the camera of the road is at the highest, straight through, made it. And I was like, oh my God, there's just like so many bands cancelled that night. So many bands. I think it was only 2 bands in there. They've got like 8 rooms. And yeah, it was just a really interesting 24 hours. Like, I got absolutely drenched at work, working out in the elements, and then I got absolutely drenched in the evening helping some guy reverse his car.
Like you, I've got to work in all weather conditions, and I personally love it when it's raining, because as perverse as this sounds, it means that I'm literally left on my own. Like no one comes near me. It's great. But when, for argument's sake, when I was coming back from, ironically, the studio I go to for FPL Juice, the roads were really bad and I was scared for my life and I didn't want to be out in it. I'd happily have worked in it, but I didn't want to be in it because I'm thinking, fucking hell, if I hit, there were certain points, like you were saying, like there were certain points I hit like a giant puddle. The car kind of like moved and I was thinking, fucking hell, if I was going any faster, potentially I could have skidded off the road or something like that.
Oh yeah, aquaplaning, man.
Oh yeah, I empathise with your circumstances. I love extreme weather. Generally, I can't get enough of it. But
it's all right when you're in a nice warm house and you hear it outside. It's quite cozy. But when you're out in it, you're like, ooh. But well, like where I live, people literally do. They do the most craziest things in their cars. They try to go through. I mean, I put my hands up. I went through last night that road section only because I saw other cars doing it. And I saw that it wasn't that deep. It was like maybe about a third up the tire. It wasn't like believe you me, if it was going over the bonnet, like or going like halfway up the tire, I would have been like, nah, because I know roughly where my air intake is on my car. I drive a Tucson, so it's a higher it's like an SUV. So it's higher up than the majority of cars. So when I saw like a normal hatchback go through, I knew that I'd be okay. You just take it steady. You don't drive through. This is the thing. Like people drive, they think that if they drive through fast, just get through it as quick as possible. And you see people just literally just going through it like 30, 40 mile an hour through this like a body of water, like a ford or a standing water. And then what happens then? You just create a vortex of water into your car and it just goes up in your engine. But just go steady. But there are a few comments. I see a few comments in the chat. Let me just address them.
Yeah, do you want to just say hello to the guys that
everybody in the chat? Hello to you. A couple of comments that I've read already. So one or two things. Baby's not out yet. Baby is very, very soon. Midweek, Wednesday is the due date, and yes, it's getting close. Like it's getting very, very close. So thank you so much for
You may
the
be
well
going now.
wishes. Could you imagine? And there is an issue with the badges at the moment, which is going to be fixed within the next day or two. Basically, long story short, it's an ID verification thing that we need to do. Okay, simple as that. Hello, Steve and Jason. Any plans to do the 3 p.m. kickoffs on stream tomorrow?
Yep. Well,
There you go. Steve-O's going to do it if I'm not there. Jason's husky wildcard, says Andrew. You hear a husky voice, by the way? Is my voice that husky?
Yeah.
See, I don't even know.
You're not quite at the stage of most London women, but yeah, it's husky.
Oh, I love. Good evening. Love a poll. So a poll dance. A poll is up at the moment. 53% of people saying no. Jason should not hit the wild card. We've had 45 votes. Feel free to join in. Democratic process here. Should I hit the wild card? I'll share my team on the screen in a moment. You can decide for yourself. A nice mic. Steve-O says CR in the chat. We've got animations here. Reservoirs are often man-made lakes that have been built just to... Yeah, so... Yes, surface reservoirs. Amazing. So most of them are situated on top of a large hill, head of water, high above ground, gravity fed. Water gets the pressure from the gravity, pulls the water through, it goes through the pipes. Simple as, easiest way of explaining it. And what we tend to do is that at the moment, we're replacing sample kiosks. So the water company, by law, have to test the water on a regular basis, depending on the site, the frequency of the test, and they have to meet certain standards for water quality. And the kiosks need to be upgraded across the whole of the county and even into the neighbouring county that I'm living in. And so we are replacing the old infrastructure, the old sample kiosks for new ones, which means that we tap onto the main and we will then essentially plumb a new kiosk in. And I'm new into the group of us that are doing it, so I'm starting off on the labour side of things. So I'm doing like a lot of the heavy lifting, the stuff that they don't want to do. I'm working with my brother-in-law, and it's a good experience. It gets me out and about, fresh air. There's a bit of banter as well. I'm around other people, whereas before I was on my own, working at home. And not much else to say really, other than it's a variety. No two jobs are the same. Every job's different. For this particular job, we were digging. We have a machine and some hand digging as well, and a lot of hand digging, I should say. And we are trying to pinpoint, because we get given schematics of where all the pipes are, but they're sometimes not. And the valves aren't where their valves need to be, and the taps aren't where the taps are labelled. And yeah, it can get quite interesting and can get quite frustrating when you're trying to find a line. And yeah, and then you may hit cables and other services, and then it's interesting. Right, sending you and the wife all the best wishes, Adam. Thank you so much. Great to see you, Steve-O. Looking forward to the preview. We'll get into the preview in a second. Rutherford Ford, Rufford, I think Rutherford, isn't it? Rufford Ford. If you are interested in some idiots driving through a Ford, hit up the YouTube videos there on Rufford Ford, I think it's called. You get like the boy racers trying to get through in their BMWs, and they flood their engines with water, and then all white smoke comes out. People have been creating reservoirs for thousands of years. The oldest known dam in the world is the Jawa Dam. Is now Jordan? Yeah, I mean, good old gravity holds the water back and pressurizes the water when you stick a pipe in it. Very simple, really. Evening, Kick Your Ass TV. Hanging on a hang-up bar helps with your lower back. Same with glute exercises, core exercises, and stretching out your hamstrings. Yeah, thank you. I think stretches are probably a good thing to do. Hi FPL Matty. I certainly don't need to go to the gym at the moment, put it that way. Aquaman, yeah. Well, fortunately, I haven't burst a main, because that I've seen videos of that and I don't really fancy it, to be honest. Forget FPL, I've been tuned in for Jason's husky voice, says another Hoops in the chat. Well, there we go. What Well done, Jay. Sometimes in life you have to change your situation. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Wildcard says Firetog. Well, 51% of the people don't think I should. Right, let's move on, Steve-O, because we've been talking about random things for a while now, and we might get people upset about the channel. If you are joining and you're wondering when your badge is, it's going to come back in the next day or two once the verifications come through from the ID that they require. It's never a dull moment, is it, on this show? Right, let's open up this. This is my team at the moment. So my team at the moment stands with, have I set it up? I don't even know if I set it up. Dubravka in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Saliba, Porro, yes, I've still got him. De Bruyne, Foden, Richarlison, Palmer, Haaland, Solanke, and Watkins. Now, obviously, I'm going to be, I think I've got 4, haven't I, Steve-O? 4 double game week players, if I remember rightly.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've got 4 double game week players. I've got 3 transfers to use, but essentially I am tossing and turning with the idea of whether or not just to hit the wild card and just get some players out that maybe I don't want in. Obviously, I've got Baldock, Taylor, Porro, Saliba, Dubravka, that maybe could just make way, maybe even Solanke. What do you think of me getting rid of Solanke, Steve? Do you think that's a silly move?
Well, the irony is, of course, that they've now got a double game week in 28 and he's the best captaincy option. But I don't need to bring him in. I'll be bringing him in for that particular game week. So it's all depending on how you want to maximise double game week, how many double game week players you want. Like you've got, most people are pretty much wanting 3 of City, 3 of Liverpool. Well, that means you only need to bring in 2 players. That's it.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah, in theory. I mean, Jota and Darwin for Watkins and Palmer.
Can that be done?
Let me have a look. Transfers. Palmer and Watkins for... Oh, yeah, easily.
Brilliant. Well, I've just helped
No, I can't.
Well, you can't.
No. No.
Oh, you can't.
Oh my God, Diogo's 8.1.
Yeah.
He went up in price.
He's gone up by 0.3 across the last...
Holy moly,
several
0.3.
games. Yeah. And ironically, Darwin's dropped down in price, and then he's going to go back up again.
Well, I've just brought Richarlison in, Dom.
Oh, yeah, explain what you've done. That's a point, actually. If people didn't tune into Sunday Surgery, and why not? Tell people what you did a rage transfer.
I did, yeah. So, oh my God, it seems like a million years ago now, Steve-O, when I did these moves. Like, I literally this is the first time I've looked at my team all week. That's literally, I've just been so busy with work and being at home, obviously, with the home situation. And again, thank you for the kind comments. This will be my second, Gerald, for those who didn't know. So leaving stuff out of reach of little hands is a definite thing. So I got Gordon out. Yeah, because I took Cunha and Gordon. Oh, God, I did Gordon out, Richarlison in, because I brought Gordon in, and then Gordon got injured, so I rage transferred him out and brought Richarlison in. See, you can see him there. Right, so, I mean, I could... It's just so...
But the question for you is that it's not even double game week 25. We're at game week 24. In theory, you don't have to do anything. The only reason why people are doing it now is because they're setting up before they're
using their transfers now.
Because they've got good fixtures. Liverpool have got Burnley, for crying out loud. But they are ill.
Oh, but dude, I've got basically exact money to do Richarlison and Watkins for Darwin and Jota.
That's ridiculous. Brighton at home. I mean, that is a ridiculous fixture for Tottenham.
Yeah, you know what? I need Deadwood out of my team, mate. I need Taylor gone. I need Baldock gone. I want Dubravka gone.
Areola gone.
Yeah, Areola.
But the problem is you've got to think about, well, I say you've got, I couldn't care less, do whatever you want, but you've got to factor in blank game week 26.
Doherty is one that everyone's getting in. Doughty, whatever. Leslie,
oh, right,
Doughty, whatever. Might as well get him in.
But he's gone up by 0.1. He's now 4.6.
I think I could do Palmer out, and keep Richarlison in, to be fair.
Palmer away at Crystal Palace. He's a decent captaincy option.
Yeah, but the problem I've got, mate, is that if I don't really want the 5-man midfield of a Galacticos.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, Palmer, is cheap as chips, isn't he?
But it depends what you bought him at. You had him at 5 million, didn't you?
Yeah, I've had him ages, mate.
So you're going to miss out by points.
I bought him in at
5.1, 5.2?
5.1. So
you're going to miss out 0.8.
No, I'm just looking at my team now. I'm literally, this is the first time I looked at it. So I don't really want to take Richarlison out. Saka, yeah, okay, Saka gone. Jota in. That's the move. That's the move, Steve-O. Saka gone. Diogo in. Save some money there. I actually saved money on that. It's crazy.
But to put a spanner in the works, you want to get rid of Saka before Burnley.
I don't really. No, I don't.
And then they're playing in the blank, whereas Liverpool aren't. This is your dilemma. You want to be. You don't need, but you want to have blank game week players also. And that's why go and watch the Patreon video free. I think I said that you either wildcard or you just stick with what you got for this game week, and then in game week 25 you got 2 free transfers and you just do whatever you need to do.
Well, I think the wild card's a good one because I can get rid of Ariola, Dubravka, Taylor, Baldock, minimum, and then fix issues there. Porro, I don't know if I want him now. Get him gone. Saliba, he's doing jack all for me, Saliba. Saliba's, Arsenal in general, to be honest. It's just like shocking, really. Looking at his game week 14 1, game week 15 1, game week 16 2. I've only got points from Brighton 7 and Crystal Palace 6 in the last 10 game weeks? Oh no, 9 game weeks. It's just no need for wildcard. No need to wildcard team, says Bilal and CR.
The thing is, I can guarantee if you wildcard, you're going to end up basically on the team that I've got. You've already got Terminator mode in De Bruyne, Foden and Haaland.
What do you mean
I'm jealous
Terminator
of
mode?
it. I'm actually jealous of it.
Wildcard might be fine, actually, unless you free hit 26. Baldock and Taylor really mess up your team for the blank if they're not fit.
They're not going to be fit.
Another hoop says, don't wildcard, mate.
It depends how you want to attack the double game week. Do you think that Liverpool and Man City's fixtures are good enough?
I'm benching, as it stands at the moment, it's either play Watkins at home to Man United, which I think he's going to get something, or play Saka away at West Ham. There's no one else I want to bench for a Saka.
Mm.
Like, Saka to me is like surplus at the moment. Obviously, I know they got Burnley coming up, but
I think you can just set your team up as it is personally. But if you wild card, who you go? Okay, you've hit your wild card. What are you doing? Who are you going to be bringing in? Who's your 2 goalkeepers going to be?
Well, I haven't got that far yet.
But that's exactly the point. If you're thinking of wild carding, like who are the goalkeepers?
Maybe I'll just get a nice. Maybe I'll just get like. Yeah, this is the thing because I've got like 3. I'll have 3 Liverpool, so Alisson's out of the question. Got 3 Man City. Edison's out, so it's not going to be a premium really. What am I achieving with my goalkeeper situation? Who would I be bringing in? Martinez? Flecken? I mean, it's like literally like people, I'm looking here, people bringing Pickford in, of course, but nah, not for me.
Pickford, Everton's fixtures are terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly overjoyed excited by the options in goalkeeping department, to be honest with you. Play Saka over Solanke. Solanke away at Fulham, yeah, maybe. That wildcard will be much more valuable later.
It depends what your circumstances are. Not necessarily.
Well, it's not to be fair, the circumstances aren't. At the end of the world, I could take a -8, whatever. You know, I'll have if I save the transfer this week, have 2 transfers going in. It's 25, and then I can literally
the animations makes the point. You won't have 2 because you've already made that one with Richarlison. I keep forgetting
crap!
that.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I've already done that one. Yeah, I did that straight. Yeah. Almost straight after the deadline. So yeah, it would have to go. Yeah, it would be like a -8 minimum.
But then your -8 is going to be bringing in, I'm guessing, well, Jota and Darwin.
Mm-hmm.
And a player that's been overlooked by even yourself is Tony as well. I think he's a very good shout this double game week. He's looking on fire.
Can't have them all though, can you, mate? And when you start going over -8, you get -12s and -16s, it gets a bit expensive at that point.
Yeah, but that's why then it's why the wild card's there.
Yeah, I do definitely want Darwin and Jota for 25. Palmer can make way. He's got Man City away. Solanke can make way. But the thing is, it all comes down to money. I'd have to free up money in maybe Porro. How much is Porro?
5.9.
Can I do Porro, Palmer, and Watkins? For Darwin, Diogo.
But are you aware of the Liverpool news in all seriousness?
What
that
news?
Jurgen Klopp has come out and said there's a flu pandemic going through the team. Obviously, no one knows who's ill, but there is a small chance that. I mean, he's probably talking about the C team for crying out loud, but you don't know. And there's a small chance that some of the big name players,
Saka, it'll be Saka,
may not be playing.
Maybe. And I suppose that's another reason to hold off on the wild card. Well, that's I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, your team's fine for this specific game week.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just next week.
I can literally do one of Richarlison or Saka out in game week 25. Probably Saka I want to keep him for Burnley, really. Richarlison's got Wolves.
At home. Bearing in mind, is at home, not away.
It's a shame. It's a shame I can't do Palmer to Diogo, really. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Morris and Hwang. Yeah, I've seen Hwang's name being mentioned a lot. Adebayo may be better than Morris nowadays. Morris being mentioned
Alex
there.
Volo's going to be captaining Adebayo.
He's been having some great crackers, isn't he? Jason, do you have money in the bank? Go Solanke to Darwin this week.
Are you able to do that?
No, I don't have any money in the bank.
I thought you had $1 million in the bank.
No, I did. And I did Gordon to Richarlison.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Seems more like FOMO. Richarlison and Saka are perfectly good picks for the next few game weeks. I mean, again, nothing is set in stone. I mean, the poll is up. I haven't looked at the poll. The poll is at, oh, wow. It's gone from 53 saying no to 51 saying yes. I mean, it's tight, Steve-O. It's like
God,
50%. It's 50-50 pretty much.
We have an Elite FPL celebrity, Juggernauts. I haven't read that name. For
Juggernauts has come
years.
back from. It's Back to the Future, man. How's 2019?
Yes.
Oh God. Yeah, I think my gut feeling is one way or the other, have free Liverpool for Game Week 25 minimum.
Well, if that's maximum.
No, in terms of transfers. Like, don't worry about any looting or whatever. Just get in 2 extra Liverpool players for Game Week 25. That's what I'm saying.
And then that would mean then in Game Week 26, as it stands right this second, including injuries, you'll have Dubravka, Saliba. Wait a minute, who would you be getting rid of for the 2 Liverpool players?
Probably Richarlison because he blanks in 26.
Right.
Richarlison and Solanke.
All right, so you're only getting rid of... So you're getting rid of...
Can I do that? Can I actually do Richarlison and Solanke? Let me double check.
So you're getting rid of one blank playing player, and then you're bringing in 2. So then you'd have...
Yeah, because Solanke plays... He's got Man City and Watkins got Forest, I believe. So can I do Solanke and Richarlison for Diogo? I'm sure I just... 8.1.
So you'd have 7...
No, I can't.
You'd have 7 game players playing in the blank, because at the moment as it stands, you've got 9. But Taylor and Bulldog, you can count them, yeah.
You can count them, but they're dead weights. They're like...
And to be honest, I don't think Taylor
they're
even
gonna
gets
be
into the
fit.
team, because this Asasi Young, or whatever his name is, apparently played really, really well for us. So...
Well, Dom Drewsbury saying, are you going to play Taylor and Bulldog in 26? Taylor will probably be fit by then. Yeah, but will he be selected though?
No. There's your answer.
I mean, Porro's the other one. Like, so Porro to Doherty or Doughty. Sorry, I keep calling him the wrong name. Porro to Doughty would give me an extra game week player in 26, taking me to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Luton
8,
aren't playing in the blank.
No, they're not. That's a double game week on my mind. Sorry.
This is why, for me, I'm in the optimal position, because I can go, like, we go back to that ultimate question. Do you really think blank game week 26 is worth targeting? Like, Fire Talk's like, oh, I've got 11 players. Great. The fixtures are rubbish. They are crap. They're not that great. Man United has, in my opinion, Man United have got the best fixture that game week against Fulham. And if you've got a Man United asset in, well, preferably Højlund. If you've got Højlund, brilliant. But Garnacho at a push, maybe Fernandes. Other than that, I couldn't care less about Aston Villa versus Forest. Brighton at home to Everton, Crystal Palace.
You know
Burnley.
what? If I think the wild card has to cover the double game week with 3 Liverpool and cover 11 players somehow for the 26 to make it worthwhile.
But it's impossible. I don't think the maths is there to do it.
What do you mean? Why is it impossible?
Because you've got to remember the players that you're going to be removing.
Yeah,
you're going to want for the blank game week as well.
Well, Taylor and Baldock a good chance they're not going to play.
Well, let's just take that as read. They're not playing.
So if I bring in, say, I don't know, a Man United defender, Maguire, or I don't know, sort of someone like.
Okay, let's just say Maguire. Okay, Maguire. Okay.
So bringing in a Man United defender, that's a playing player in 26 that I wouldn't necessarily have had. And then if you're laughing, aren't you? Because you know it's hard.
Yes, I know it's hard.
Let me just quickly think about this, because this is like I'm getting like
while you're thinking
anxiety
for 2 seconds,
right now.
Let me just quickly read out some of the comments in the chat. Just while you're just thinking, just breathe for 30 seconds.
Palmer needs to go.
Matty's saying company said that Taylor was in connection to start a connection. Get off your chat text crap.
Oh no.
And he was ready in training. So what? I'm telling you now, this assassin apparently was supposed to be Very, very good. Poro to Kilman or 8 Nuri is a decent move. Same with Poro to Moreno or Pau Torres. Maestro is saying no wildcard for me. Finn Shea saying I have Rasmus and Garnacho. Was at the game against West Ham last weekend and Captain Hoyland with brother. Impossible for the wildcard to cover both 25 and 26 without hits unless you sacrifice some double game week players. Dom Dewsbury saying it's not impossible. Well, it depends how many double game week players you want or anybody wants, to be honest with you.
It's not impossible. I can get I'd have to stack with Man United at minimum 2 Man United defenders, really. Like Onana.
Yeah, but hold on a minute here. Do you want Man United players? It's just all well and good saying, well, I can stack up with them, but do you want them though? It's all well and good saying that, but do you actually want Man United players? Me personally, with my personal team, I'm looking at a Man United player as a punt, and it would probably be that Højlund, possibly, if not Fernandes, if not Garnacho.
I wouldn't be getting Onana in. Dubravka can stay because he plays in 26. Dubravka, Maguire, Saliba at the moment. So Arsenal, I mean, Dubravka, Maguire, Saliba, Porro can go because he's not playing.
Steiny coming out with an idea. Have you not thought about just free hitting? I mean, I don't think it's really worth it.
Not worth it for 26, not with the fixtures. But then is it worth it ruining your team on a wild card with players that are playing in the game in the blank, which you're not going to want for the remainder of the second half of the season? What? And you've used your wild card and you're stuck with them.
Juggernauts is saying I have my wild card active. I'm going to be able to field 11 and 26 by rolling in 25. Does that mean that you will have 2 free transfers in game week 26, Juggernauts? Is that what that means? And that's the thing. It's an interesting conversation in the sense of what players you're going to be bringing and taking out. I mean, as it stands, by the time we get to 26, I'm going to have nine blank game week players, and I'm happy with it. I'm perfectly happy and comfortable.
But you've heard of this blue card thing as well, whilst I'm thinking?
I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you, but apparently
players will be given a blue card in a game for certain offences, and it will give them a 10-minute sin bin.
Yeah.
And I assume that they can review via VAR. So hard. Trippier's got to be one. Wildcard would. I mean, I haven't got enough money now. This is. Alexander-Arnold is not worth 8.2, is he? Let's be honest.
Well, he's not 8.2, he's 8.6, and he's worth every penny.
He's not.
He is.
Have you seen the points he's had this season? Generally, he's got 3. I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen the team that he's playing this Saturday, and then have you seen the teams that he's playing?
Oh, yeah, Burnley, yeah.
Double game week 25.
Brentford isn't going to be a pushover. I don't think that. I think it'll be a hard game.
Yeah, but then they got Luton at home. Then it's a blank. Nottingham Forest, Man City.
What's a cheap Chelsea defender? Cheap Chelsea defender, chat.
You don't want Chelsea. They're absolutely pants. Oh, no, well, actually, I apologise. They're supposed to be the world's best team now after beating Aston Villa in the FA Cup.
Cheap Chelsea defender, chat.
And you say about Alexander-Arnold, from game week 12, 7, 8, 13, 12, 4, 9, 5, 8. That's consistent. Comes back from injury, and he plays what? Just under 80 minutes.
You're going backwards though there.
Sorry?
You're going down. That was like game week 16, 15, 14, 13. You're going back in time. I'm on about recent. Mind you, he's been out injured, isn't he?
He's been out injured, yeah. He's only just come back.
Mm.
And that's why, for me, the information is critical. This is why I
Chelsea
don't think
blank in
to.
20. Yeah, Chelsea do blank in 26.
And they're rubbish. You don't want to go anywhere near Chelsea other than Palmer. Andrew Ferguson saying players would be shown a blue card if they commit a cynical foul, show dissent towards a referee, linesman or fourth official. The international.
Maybe Trippier is too expensive, so I'd have to go Botman or something. Botman, Saliba, Botman. 4.0 for goalkeeper. Yeah, that works. That works.
What, are you actually creating a team now, are you?
Yeah, it's on screen. So I'd have...
Well, I can't see. So what team is it as it stands?
So I'd have Dubravka, Saliba, Botman.
You still have Saliba?
Yeah, well, at the moment, yeah.
Despite the fact you just slagged him off?
Well, have I got money in him? Is he worth more than 5? I don't know if I've got money in him or not. Probably not. So I'd have Dubravka in goal. I'd have Saliba, Botman, Maguire as my back. Fucking hell. As my back three. And then I'd have De Bruyne. This is Game Week 26, by the way. De Bruyne, Foden, Garnacho, and Saka. And then I'd have Højlund, Haaland. I need another one.
And who was your double game week players?
Wait, I'm thinking.
Because it's like Maestro says, your team's fine as it is. It genuinely is perfectly fine. In fact...
Let me just think. So my double game week players will be Foden, De Bruyne, Doty, Darwin, Jota, and
Haaland.
Trent.
You forgot Haaland.
And Haaland.
Yeah.
So I'd have 7 double game week players, and I'd have 10, 26 at the moment, unless I'm miscounting. I'd have Dubravka, Botman, Maguire, Saliba. That's 4. Dubravka, Botman, Maguire, Saliba's 4. Then I'd have De Bruyne, Foden, Garnacho, Højlund, Haaland. What am I missing here? Saka. That's 10. Need one more. Who do I sacrifice, chat?
Who are your Liverpool assets, sorry? Darwin and Jota only.
Huh?
Who are your Liverpool assets? Darwin and Jota only?
No, Darwin, Trent, and Jota.
Oh, right. Rad saying that wild card team is a shambles. I'm loving it.
It's not a
I'm
shambles.
I don't. Well, I'm just here, sat here, thinking this is.
Gabriel's
it's like Matty
cheaper.
says, you don't need to do anything. You don't. People are making out like when I was on FPL Juice the other day.
But they also said that I should have done something when I didn't want to, and then it backfired on me.
Well, there we are.
The crowd think isn't always the best, Steve-O. The question is, do I want triple United in that? Yeah, the team for this week would be. It would be.
If you were wildcarding, what would the team be this week then? 3 Man United assets away at Aston Villa.
Well, I wouldn't play the 3. I'd play Saka in midfield. I'd play Saka, De Bruyne, Foden, Diogo, and I'd bench. Or maybe I'll play the 5. I'd bench Garnacho, play Højlund.
Oh.
Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe play the 5 and have the 2 up front. I know, probably play Højlund. Yeah. This is hard, man. This is hard. This is super hard. Having a double game week team and a blank game week team in a wild card. Trent to Virgil and Garnacho to Kudus. I don't know if I want to drop Trent.
What the hell is going on here? Mentioning Kudus now.
I don't think I want to drop Trent, to be honest. Maybe I can go Botman to Trippier with the Trippier. So Trippier makes the team look sexier. No, I can't because he's so much money. Trippier, man.
Firetog saying this is like witnessing a car crash. It's horrendous, but you can't stop looking. Fucking hell, Firetog agreeing with me. Can I copy that? Put it up. Alex Follow, can you clip that there? This is like witnessing a car crash. Clip it. Put it up on the next thumbnail.
What, this team is a car crash?
Your team is.
No, it's not.
And that's coming from Firetog, your best mate. Don Dewsbury saying Van Dijk is 100% nailed. Trent isn't with Bradley around. I won't worry about Bradley. He'll just put him in midfield. He'll just put him in midfield. We're going to be here all night, Jason, wondering. I think we should just get on with the score predictions and just let you just.
I mean,
think
there's loads of money if I did that. Who's this Kaminsky?
The Luton goalkeeper.
I could get him in. Yeah. Kaminsky, Doughty. That could be. Guys, what do you think of this? What do you think of this team for wildcard, double game week 25 and blank game week 26? I would have 10 players for game week for the blank game week 26. I wouldn't.
We'd have Dubravka and Kaminsky.
Yeah. Kaminsky doesn't play, does he, in 26?
No.
So I'd have to play Dubravka for 26.
Away at Arsenal, where they're going to concede about 5 or 6 goals.
At least he's playing. I mean, get 1 point.
Well, yeah. But Kaminsky is up against, in the double game week, I completely lost it. Man United and Liverpool.
I'd just keep the team the way it is, says Animations.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, but are you just saying that to sabotage me, though?
Why am I just? I can't give a shit. I genuinely, I find it interesting hearing what you're saying. But
I mean,
I think I
tried so hard, I got so far, but in the end, I'm not going to press the button. And not yet. I'm going to have to think about this off stream. I'm going to have to think about what. Because 3 Man United just makes me sick thinking about that.
Your own team.
From an FPL point of view, you can't be loyal to your own team in FPL. If you are, you're stupid.
Outside our 3 Burnley players. Yeah,
so it's like from an FPL point of view, 3 Man United, it's almost like it's suicide.
Just want to quickly say, there's a lot of you watching this. Please, by all means, support the channel by just simply hitting the like button. Easiest way to support the channel, hit the like button while we're here. And also, if you are brand new around here, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. It helps.
Right, okay, let's move on to the preview, shall we?
Well, score predictions, yeah.
Sorry, the score predictions, shall we?
Where I'm top of the world. The only thing I'm good at is score predictions and, to an extent, Sky.
Oh my God, it's 7:30, Steve-O.
Bloody hell, we've been here for an hour.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
We've got to get going. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't realise that. 1 second, please. Log into Super Brew. Have a good time.
Just quickly, a few comments here. I would just have a plan to get Salah back in a few weeks, says Finn Shea. Dom Dewsbury saying, you're not going to play Maguire every week with Gabriel, Virgil and Trippier as your main 3. Trippier. Relic Returns saying, we watched that car crash for an hour. I can't believe that. Maestro's.
It wasn't for an hour. It wasn't for an hour, chat. Come on. Maestro saying Maguire's going to get a bullet header against Aston Villa tomorrow. Could you imagine?
Sunday. Our mate John. All right, John. As Jason. When I did that on FPL Juice, what were you thinking,
All right, John, how you doing, mate?
All right, mate.
I was up around your neck of the woods the other day. Too close to Birmingham. I'm telling you, too close. Right, right. Game week 24. Man City versus Everton. 2-0.
Get your predictions in, guys.
2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. 98% going with Man City and the community, and guess what? People going with like big scorelines here. Steve-O, what have you put? You haven't put in your prediction yet.
Oh, you're right, I haven't.
Okay, 2-0. What do you think?
I'm giving them an extra goal. I'm going with
3-0.
3-0, just like the history. Man City have won 5 out of the last 6. They've won 5, drawn 1. 4 out of the 6 games, they've won 0, and on 3 occasions, scoring 3 goals. So they do enjoy playing Everton. And yeah, I'm expecting 3-0.
Okay. Okay, cool. Next game we have is Fulham versus Bournemouth. Fulham versus Bournemouth. Get your bets in. I'm going to go with a 2-1 to Bournemouth.
Well, someone's been reading my book. I'm actually expecting the same. Although,
can assure you
Fulham
haven't.
At home are actually pretty good. They've only lost once in the last 6, and that was against us, 2-0. Other than that, they've won 4 and drawn 1. Bournemouth, on the other hand, away from home. Again, they're not too bad away from home. They've won 4 out of the last 6. The last 2, though, they've drawn against West Ham 1-1. They lost against Tottenham 3-1. But the other results, 4 wins. However, I do think that Fulham are going to lose here. I'm going with Bournemouth to win 2-1. The history's going 1-1. Despite the fact that the last 2 Bournemouth have won against Fulham, there have actually been 3 draws across the last 6 fixtures, 2 of them being 1-1.
Interesting. Cool. Sorry. Leave that out of the way. Liverpool versus Burnley. Oh, God. Could be 3-0 Liverpool. Lot. 99% of people going with the same.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those where if the flu really has hit Liverpool and they've got quite a few of their players out, their big hitters, then maybe the score could be kept down to 1 or 2-0. I'm going, as it stands right now, I'm going 4-0. History's going 2-0. In the last 5, a team has won 0. This has been quite a low-scoring game, to be honest with you, and only once there's been more than 2 goals. It's usually like 2-0 or 1-0. So this is a new Burnley, and I think Liverpool are going to tear us apart, to be honest with you. So I'm going 4-0.
Cool. And next we've got Luton versus Sheffield United. Oh, I'm going to go with a 1-1.
1-1 between Luton and Sheffield United.
Yes.
1-1.
Everyone's going like 3-1 to Luton.
Oh, of course, they're going 3-1 to Luton.
2-1, 2-1, 2-0.
Yeah, I'm expecting this to be a lot tighter than what most are probably thinking. I think it's the standard Luton scoreline of a goal in it. I do expect Sheffield United to score. I'm going 2-1. The history's going 1-1. There's been 3 draws at Luton, funny enough, but Sheffield United have only won once in the last 6. Luton have won twice and drawn 3. So Luton do like playing Sheffield United, but there's not that many clean sheets in this particular fixture.
Interesting. Okay, next we've got Tottenham versus Brighton. Richarlison better do something in this game. 2-1 to Tottenham.
I've given Tottenham an extra goal here. I'm going 3-1. There seems to be some kind of pattern with Brighton at the moment, and there's lots of fours involved with Brighton matches. It's quite bizarre. Over the last 6 fixtures, 0-0, 4-2, 0-0, 4, 0-0, 5-2, 4-0, 4-1. In fact, I think Brighton's games have had more goals involved than probably any other team. In fact, they've probably had more goals and more clean sheets than any other team in the division so far across the last 7. I think Tottenham could have a lot of fun here, and I'm going to go with 3-1. The history's going 2-1. Tottenham have won 4 out of the last 6. There's been 3 clean sheets in this particular fixture, but those 3 clean sheets came away from home, 2 of them for Tottenham and 1 of them for Brighton.
Wolves versus Brentford is up next. The Molyneux. God, Brentford are having a terrible record at the moment. Won once in the last 7. Oh, I don't know. A home team to win this. 2-1. Trusty 2-1 prediction.
Yeah, I find it really tough to call this game. Brentford are actually looking quite good, especially since Tony's come back. There seems to be a bit more oomph to them.
A new lease of life.
There's a new lease of life, yeah. And, the last 6 fixtures, they've lost 5, won once.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves, on the other hand, at home, they've won 4, drawn 1, lost 1. I personally think these two are going to cancel each other out. I'm going to go with 1-1. History's going with your score, 2-1. Despite there being 3 draws in this particular fixture, Wolves actually do enjoy playing Brentford, and they are actually unbeaten in the last 6.
Interesting. So what was your score prediction?
1-1.
1-1, okay. Forest versus Newcastle. I'm going to go with Newcastle to win this one. Just going to go the opposite way around. 1-2.
That's literally what I've written down. I'm going with 2-1 to Nottingham Forest. I just think this is a game in which Newcastle want to get their own back after losing 3-1 to Newcastle. I mean, ironically, Newcastle are terrible away from home this season. Well, they won their last game 3-1 against Aston Villa. But prior to that, it's just loss after loss after loss. I do think, though, Nottingham Forest will get a goal in this. I'm going 2-1. The history's going 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. On 4 occasions, a team has scored 3 goals. And on 3 of them were for Forest. So actually, Forest do like playing Newcastle. So if Frenchie's watching, which is unlikely, good news is that Forest are probably going to win this quite comfortably, according to the history.
Yep. West Ham versus Arsenal. Will Arsenal step up in this local derby? Is the question. Can't see it myself. I think they've just got enough. I'm going to go. In fact, I think they're going to win 2-0. 2-0 to Arsenal. Wow, lots of people going 2-1, 2-0.
Yeah, that's my result. I'm going with 2-1 to Arsenal. The results are all over the place for both teams, of home and away. Arsenal 1-1, lost, drawn, lost, 1 in the last 6. Whereas West Ham at home, it's 1 draw, 1-1, draw. Basically, in the last 6, West Ham don't get beaten, but I just think Arsenal have just got enough to get past them. 2-1. History's going 2-1 to West Ham, though. West Ham are actually unbeaten.
Dom saying they're a bogey team.
Yes, yeah, they're actually unbeaten in the last 3 against Arsenal. They've won 2 and drawn 1, so maybe David Moyes has got the edge over Arteta.
Okay, and then we've got Villa versus Manchester United. Are going to be a good game, this. Hopefully, Villa Park.
Can I just interject?
Both teams are very similar form.
I always find it quite funny when people like, for instance, Dom is saying here that Nottingham Forest are really good at home. They've lost 5 out of the last 6. That suggests they're not good at home at all. In fact, I think Nottingham Forest In fact, they are. They're better away from home in the last 6. They've only lost 3 times. It's always interesting when we have this idea of, oh, this team is, when actually the proof directly in front of me suggests completely the opposite.
My heart is saying that Man United are going to win this 2-1. My brain is saying it's going to be 2-2. But, so I'm going to put 2-2. Wow. Oh, wow. Karma Baby, Matthew Esieshi, Dawsey said the same. 2-2. What are you thinking?
I, like you,
Holmes
I have a
got 2-2.
feeling that Man United could potentially get something against Aston Villa here.
I think this is one of your classic lines. 2-1, 1-1, 2-1 either way. Like, you're like, it's.
Well, in the last, well, listen to the results in the last 6 fixtures. Middlesbrough 0, Aston Villa 1, Everton 0, Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 0, Aston Villa 0, Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 3. They beat Sheffield United 5-0 and they've just lost to Chelsea 3-1. So actually,
all over the place.
They've won twice in the last 6. And those 2 victories has come against one of the worst teams in the division.
Who've won twice in the last 6?
Yeah. And they've beaten Middlesbrough.
Who have?
Are a very
Villa.
good team in the Championship, but...
Hello?
So,
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Who are you on about Villa?
I'm talking about Villa, yeah.
Yeah. They've won 3 in the last set. Oh, no, you've gone through 6, didn't you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about every competition here. All competitions.
Okay.
I'm not interested in just Premier League. I'm talking about all competitions. And the reality is they've won twice, and that's against a terrible Sheffield United and a decent Championship team in Middlesbrough. They lost. They beat us 3-2 just. And if you remember, that was a 100th minute penalty against us, which should never have been given, but it was. They beat us 3-2. They lost to you lot 3-2. They drew with Sheffield United 1-1. They beat Brentford 2-1. And they drew with probably a dead rubber, I'm guessing.
So what are you saying about the score here? Sorry?
What I'm trying to make the point about Aston Villa that they're not actually that on great form at all since their Europa League. Well, in fact, since they beat Arsenal 1-0 and Man City 1-0 back to back, actually their performances. I think. But
is United's form much like they're very similar? I think. They're all over the place. Again, Man United. They beat West Ham 3-0. They turned the corner. They haven't turned a corner.
They beat Wolves 4-3. They beat Newport 4-2. They're scoring goals. They drew 2-2 with Tottenham. They beat Wigan 2-0. They lost to Nottingham Forest 2-1. They beat Aston Villa 3-2. They lost to West Ham 2-0. They drew with Liverpool 0-0. They only lost to Bayern Munich 1-0.
Yeah, I think there'll be goals in it, but I don't think it's going to be... I think it'll be tight. Hence why they said 2-2, but...
Well, I'm thinking these two are just going to cancel each other out. I'm going with a low-scoring 1-1, but I wouldn't be surprised if Aston Villa were just to nick it 1-0, or even Man United. It's a horrible fixture to call. I mean,
this is a really hard one to call.
Yeah, the history's going 3-2 to you lot. It's been a very high-scoring game across the last 6. 24 goals have been scored, and Man United have won the last 3, albeit those 3 being at home. But they seem to enjoy. You guys seem to enjoy playing against them. In fact,
there's a lot of goals. I see that.
Yeah, at Aston Villa, they've beaten you twice.
Okay.
Well, once, sorry.
So 1-1 you're going with at the moment.
As it stands right now, I'm going 1-1.
Despite the history saying goals.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, finally. You go first.
I just think that, Chelsea are the greatest team on the planet, apparently. They'll beat anybody.
Oh God, who said
Just
that?
Crystal Palace as it stands right now are pants. And with Eze probably out and Elise probably out, 2-0.
I'm gonna agree with you actually. 2-0 is a solid prediction. 2-0.
Well, the history's going exactly the same. In fact, Chelsea have won 6 out of 6, 4 of them being 0.
Very good.
Chelsea do enjoy playing Crystal Palace.
Did you
Bloody hell.
put your prediction based on that? Or is it just coincidence?
No, I actually predict before I look at the history.
Okay.
And then it's what the history /
yeah, and then it might make you reconsider.
Change my mind. So, for instance, in this case, with Aston Villa versus Man United, I may change it to a 2-1 to Aston Villa.
Mm. Right. That covers
Dan's here. That's a miracle. He's probably only here because he's doing well. He's above us, me and you.
Let's quickly look at the we don't see him when he's not doing very well. Let's quickly look at the Super Cup, shall we?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Cup. And I'm doing shit. Do. Okay, at the top. Oh my God, what's going on here? Ooh, silly thing. All right, okay. Group A, Matty Winalot. Oh God, I'm tired of reading that guy's name out. He's always doing well. Cheating at the game, he has got a sports almanac, whatever it is. Matty Winalot, top of Group A. He's just miles clear. Like, it's 15 points, 370 FPL points. Click us in second on 9 with Dan, who's in the chat now. So it's still very close to second place here. But Matty Winalot is running away here with the points. 6 points clear of Click us in second. Group B, we've got Max Roberts on 12, Rodrigo Mimosa on 9, Dara B also on 9. Group C, we've got Firetog on 15. Firetog's doing very, very well. Continues to do well. What No Graphics in second on 12, and unfortunately, looks like that group's pretty much settled up. Danish Doughboy in 6,
I was going to say, this is the
6.
last week, isn't it? This is the last game week before moving on to the... Is that right, Firetog, or is it 12 games?
No,
I thought it was 6 games, is it not? The group standings, no?
Wait a minute.
We play each other twice.
I'll tell you now. No, we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we've still got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game weeks.
Oh. We play each other 10. How does that work? Surely we play each other 11. So there's 11 matches, is there?
No, that's not right, is it?
Firetalk, what's going on? Do we just play each other?
It is.
5 more weeks to go.
5 more weeks to go, yeah. It is 5 more weeks to go, yeah. So there's still time. There's still time. I'm like looking at that thinking, yeah, because 6, yeah, you play there's 6 teams, you play each other twice, which would make it 10.
It'll have to be 11 matches, sure.
11, yeah, 11, because you can't play South. Can't play South, can you, Steve-O?
Oh yeah, so 10 matches, yeah.
Right, okay. You just completely thrown me now. You don't make me think on a Friday evening. Whatever you do not make me think. Like, it was bad enough looking at that wild card. It took me an hour to work out what players I had in my team. And it took me an hour to work out I'd already made a transfer. Firetalk, yeah, we all know you're doing well, mate. Oh, God. Group D, FPL Leo, 12 points. Chef Ramsey, second place on 9. Star Wars Dan on 9. Carmen Baby on 9. Still plenty of games to play. Wow. Maybe there's a chance for me, Steve-O. You never know. Good FPL's topping Group E on 10. Don closely followed. 9 with Mad Titan 2 on 9. Group F, Notorious 15 points. Abdul on 9. Devon Star on 6, along with Nuclear Atoms and Matthew Esaeshi. Close group.
Notorious tearing it up there.
Yeah, touring it up. French FPL, again, doing very, very, very well. Same as Notorious in Group F. We've got 15 points there. Brendan Swan's on 9. Sultan on 6. Simics on 6. Myself on 6. Oh,
and some bloke called Brew that. Well,
who's he then?
No idea.
Jacko's in Group H, top of, and 12. Ragav's 12 as well. Only on a tie break, he's behind him. Harry Dawson's on 9. 20 Titles on 9. Edgeworth 3. And Vijay Garv's got yet to score a point. We've got Emil Smith-Joe on top of Group I, 10 points. We've got PM followed with 9. Kazali on 7. Close. Massive. One of the closest groups we've got, actually.
Blonde in 6 could technically win. Yeah, pretty much. So, KDB 17 tops Group J with 12, followed by Infamous and Gabriel Ropp on 9 points in second and third, respectively. Jones Bloke, 7 points. John Harris, 6 points. Still, again, John can easily get himself up to that second place. We could even, if some weird circumstances happen, John's still got a chance. But it looks like KDB 17's got that one. Fight for second place is on. Group K, Steve. Oh, fuck. Well, it's very tight, isn't it, to be fair?
Why do you get the bloody easy group? 10 points, 9 points for Abu Dhabi. We've got 9 points for Denver, 6 points for Corkay, 6 points for Shakalaka Mekaleka. David Hamill's on 4, still very close. And yeah, I mean, Steve-O, you could technically not even go through, even though you're top at the moment. So it's you're looking over your shoulders there. Group L, Faded Raz tops out of 15 for Feremi FC. That's what it is, Feremi FC. 9 points, Peter Scully on 6, PK 7 on 6, Warfare on 6, Animations on 3. Group M, we've got Adulis on 12, Pastovo on 12, and then the pack follows 6 points behind them. Third, fourth, and fifth, 6 points behind, with Mo on 3 points at the bottom. Group N, we've got the best, also known as Simon. Yes, he's doing very well, 15 points. That's why he's in the chat, Steve-O. JR in second, 9 points. JC 6, Manish 6, Buffy 6, Ben on 3. We've got Ayush, top of Group O, and 12 points, only on a tie break. Callum, 12 points. Scotty D in third on 9, along with Danny Trubarek on 9. Group P, we've got Harbour Boy on top of that with 15 points. Crypto FPL on 12. And then we've got the remainder of the pack, 6 points behind. Paulie and Zvonko on 6 points between them. Ramanathan and Sausage Sunday on 3. Well done to everybody in that. Cool. I am going to leave you with... in fact, Steve, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'll be on FPL Juice again. So this is going to be my second penultimate appearance. So Tuesday will be my last ever appearance on the show.
Last ever? Why?
Specifically, my last appearance for until March. And so tomorrow on Stream Section, Tuesday I'm with them. And we're also recording the second Tangent episode. So if you haven't seen it's only just been literally released today. I don't know if it's members only. I really can't tell, even though they've supposed to have released it publicly on X and Spotify. On YouTube, it says members only, but I think they've made it public. But there's essentially it's a Total Steve-O podcast, but via their FPL Juice feeds. It's called Tangent. Check it out if you want to just see me chatting absolute crap about whatever. And I am going to be doing the 3 p.m. kickoffs tomorrow. So I want to see lots of people here supporting the channel. And can you simply support the channel now by just hitting the like button if you are brand new around here, making sure you're hitting the subscribe button. If you want to support the show financially, we do have a Patreon available. You can either, help us just by saying thank you by paying $1.99 or paying $4.99, which gives you additional content whenever myself or Jason decide
join the Discord as well. Get into the
videos,
Discord.
and of course, yes, with the Discord and everything as well. Join
Bell, do it.
Second best in the FPL community.
Do you know when I sent you that song ages ago and you said I should play it on the stream? I'm going to end the stream with a song. What do you reckon?
Well, the fact that we don't, yeah.
We don't care. We don't care, do we? Here we go. Do you think we should... I haven't convinced the band to do this song yet, and I want to know what your feedback is, guys. Should I do this song in the band, or should I just go back to digging holes? Let me know. Here we go, chat.
Here we go.
fight the tiger. You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you know what I mean? Gotta get away, only dies. Oh, yeah. Shiny diamonds, like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something's coming.
I've just put it on though. I've just heard what you're doing. Brilliant.
Right, on that note, chat, I want to say goodnight to all of you guys. But we'll be tomorrow with the Saturday kickoffs with Steve-O. I may be joining, I may not be, depending what time we get home. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you when we see you. A minimum tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Be there, be square. Join the Discord. Follow us on social media, Elite FPL. Wave. Wave, Steve-O, wave. Wave, 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 wave. So bye, 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 bye.